For 10 years, I thought I knew exactly how my life would look. I met my wife, Emily, in my mid-20s. We built something slow, honest, and real. We dated for years, supported each other through job changes, money stress, and personal struggles. Eventually, we got married. 4 years into marriage, I was certain of one thing. She was my forever. I loved her in a way that felt unconditional. The idea of a future without her didn't even make sense in my mind. Then, one morning changed everything. I woke up early and noticed Emily wasn't in bed. I found her sitting outside on the back deck, knees pulled to her chest, quietly crying. My first thought was work stress or anxiety. She had struggled with that most of her life. I sat next to her, put my arm around her, and asked what was wrong. She tried to speak but couldn't. Her hands were shaking. After several long minutes, she finally said the words that shattered my reality. "I think I'm gay. I'm so sorry." The silence after that felt suffocating. She told me she loved me deeply, that I was her best friend, but that she no longer felt attraction toward men. She wasn't asking to leave me. She didn't even know what she wanted. She just knew she couldn't keep pretending. I had always known she was attracted to women too. It was never an issue for me. Over the years, we had explored that part of her identity together. I believed openness meant security. I was wrong. That entire day blurred into tears, conversations, long pauses, and disbelief. All the plans we had, buying a house, traveling, building a life, suddenly felt fragile, like glass that had already cracked. Despite everything, our relationship still felt loving. Our intimacy had only faded recently. I kept telling myself this was confusion, a phase, something therapy could help untangle. She suggested couples counseling. I agreed instantly. I would have done anything. 3 days later, my phone rang. My mother told me my stepfather had been diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. 3 days after that, my father called. My stepmother had been diagnosed with melanoma. Everything collapsed at once. Grief stacked on top of heartbreak until I couldn't breathe. I stopped going to work. I barely ate. Sleep came in fragments. I spent weeks on the couch, numbing myself with podcasts, distractions, and silence. Emily tried to be there for me, but she was unraveling too. Around that time, she started anxiety medication. For the first time in her life, she could express things she had kept buried for years. That's when she told me everything she had never said before. Every moment she felt unheard, every time she needed reassurance and didn't ask. 10 years of small disappointments I never knew existed. I wasn't abusive. I never cheated. I thought I was attentive and loving. Hearing how much pain she had carried silently destroyed me. But instead of giving up, I saw a mission. If I couldn't change who she was, I could at least become the partner she deserved. For months, I tried everything. I planned dates. I surprised her with trips. I learned her favorite recipes. I picked up her hobbies. I even started learning a new language because it connected to her childhood. She admitted she wanted children, something we had agreed against years ago. I told her I was willing to change my mind. I gave everything I had left. That summer, she went on a trip abroad with friends. We agreed on space, minimal contact, reflection. The day before she left, we were intimate for the first time in months. I thought it meant hope. The day she came back, she ended the marriage. We had just moved into a new house weeks earlier. Neither of us could afford to leave. We shared space awkwardly, painfully. Eventually, I converted a small structure outside into a makeshift living area just to survive emotionally. She began dating. I stayed behind, drowning. During that same period, loss surrounded me. Friends lost parents, a former classmate lost his spouse, someone close to my family took their own life. Every day felt unbearable. I thought about ending my life more times than I can admit. The only thing that stopped me was knowing what it would do to my parents. And then, slowly, things shifted. I left a job that had drained me for years. I found a new role that aligned with my passions. For the first time, work felt meaningful instead of suffocating. I started creating again. Music, art, small projects with friends. Nothing big, nothing successful, just things that reminded me I was alive. Months later, I met someone new. She had also left a long marriage for similar reasons. There was no pressure, no expectations, just honesty. We helped each other heal. Today, my life doesn't look like what I planned 10 years ago, but it's peaceful. My ex and I are on good terms. We care about each other in a different way now. I no longer see our ending as a failure, just a painful transition. What broke me also rebuilt me, and I never would have believed that in the beginning.